about. If you cannot do something about your inadequacy, learn to expose it to the maximum.
Whatever your name is, introduce yourself. My name is so and so, the bastard. So that people will not attack you with that.
Exactly.
You have already presented it in front of the world. No one is going to attack you with, you are the bastard.
Yes.
When you introduce yourself, say, I am the dwarf. And I'm very skilled. I am very intelligent. Yeah? So you've put your strength and you've also put your weakness in one statement. No one will come at you. I hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are. Welcome and welcome back to our YouTube channel, and thank you for tapping in and joining our conversation on adolescent health. Today we are discussing inadequacies. You know that feeling that you get that you're lacking in quantity or quality of something, that you're not satisfactory with whatever you've got or whatever you are? Well, that feeling is what we're trying to discuss today. And of course, our voice of expert is Dr. Sabina Mochemi, who is going to be talking to us about different types of inadequacies and how to handle them. But first of all, Dr. Sabina, I guess what I want to ask you is to describe to us what exactly inadequacies would be. Give us your own definition and concept, because I have noticed people say that your definitions are simple and to the point. Okay. So let's start with what would you say inadequacies are?
Inadequacy is a feeling of not being excellent, and it's not just a mere feeling, it's actually not being excellent in one way or another, in one aspect or another.
Not reaching the bar, not getting to where
others are.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
The bar is others.
The bar is as compared to other people.
Yes, you lack in something that is found in some other people.
Oh, okay. So when you say like that, I can think of a few examples where I'm inadequate.
Yes, everybody has an inadequacy. There's no excellent person. There's no excellence.
When they say I have a bigger forehead than other people, am I inadequate in that sector?
Well, if you want to see it, it also comes along with you, how you feel about it. So I may not think it is an inadequacy, but if others don't have a big forehead, then you might as well take it as a form of inadequacy.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and that is because there is no excellence in the human being or among the human beings.
All right. Yes. So tell me, what are the types of inadequacies?
Inadequacies can be physical, they can be mental, and they can even be whatever we have, our status, both our studying, financial, social, and every aspect of a human being.
All right.
But I'll give you several examples so that you understand.
I love the examples.
Yes. Inadequacies come in different manner or ways. And for example, we have a situation where when you look at your 2 feet, one might be significantly shorter than the other. And I have a friend of mine, a gentleman. Actually, when he goes to buy shoes, he has to buy what do you call it, size? One size lower for 1 foot, lower than the other foot. So yes, but you can't notice, but he knows it. So he knows that his feet are not the same size, and that it is an inadequacy.
Okay.
We have other inadequacies. Maybe your color. You don't like the way you look. You feel you are darker than others. You feel you are lighter than others. Don't forget, you also have albinos. That they feel an inadequacy in terms of their color. Yes, they lack the color that others have. You can think of other inadequacies that happen, physical battle, but they have come along during your lifetime. For example, as you live, you get some scars. You feel like your skin is not even and smooth like others. So that brings lack of excellence. And the people have grown in areas where they are jiggers, their toes, they are deformed, and they cannot use Q-Tex and look smart like others. I know that it's an inadequacy. And so physical, you can think of everything. Maybe the teeth are not as even as the others. If they may not be as white, they may be colored depending on if you have lived in a place where there is a lot of fluoride. So the list can go get address for the physical. Let's come to the other status, like not just physical. If you could see it a bit as physical or not, our voices. We have different voices. There are those that can sing, and sing, they are so melodious, but others croak. I mean, they cannot sing.
Others is me. I feel attacked. Others is me. Others croak.
Yes, they can't sing. Others, they feel like they don't like their voices, whether they can sing or not, because they don't sound like their friends. Remember, I said it's a matter of comparison. You're comparing yourself with others.
Yes.
And the others that they are so emotional, it's also an inadequacy, and it actually is there. You can't pretend. We also have other inadequacies, maybe in our lives. Some have better jobs, and you feel like you lack some good job. There's inadequacy.
A big one.
Yes, because you want to have a good job.
You want to be like them.
You would want to be like them,
Yeah.
And the list is endless. You are never having all that you would want to have to feel you are excellent. And it is true. This is not an imagination. It is real. This is not an illusion.
Not an illusion.
It's real.
Okay, so I guess what you're saying is that every person has some sort of inadequacy.
Exactly.
Every person has something that they feel or they actually lack. They actually lack it.
Yes.
Yeah? You might not have enough money as the next person.
Yes.
You might not have the skin color you think you want to have.
Like the other one.
Like the other person.
Yes.
You might not have the right voice. You might
Exactly.
croak like some of us.
Yes.
Like you mentioned, you might be in a condition where you experience something like polio or jiggers, and eventually it affected how you looked.
Exactly.
You might be scarred and all of those things.
Yes.
So,
yes.
seeing as all of us are affected by this, it is important to note that every human being has some sort of inadequacies. Every one of us is different, and we are not complete, and we are not perfection in itself. So don't look at the next person and think maybe they're inadequate, and I am not, or maybe I am inadequate and they are not, because it works both sides. It works both ways. You might think you're better, or they might think they're better, and even though they are actually better in that thing, there's the way we have to deal with it. There's the way we have to circumvent around the whole feeling of inadequate. How about you tell us, Dr. Sabina, how do you deal with inadequacies? Because you know you're the expert here. How do you deal?
Yes. Actually, I like the way you have mentioned, but the truth of the matter is the first thing, or the first way to deal with inadequacies is first to realize that every one of us has some form of inadequacies.
Yeah,
if you think that your one foot is shorter than the other, maybe their hands are not equal. Well, yours are equal, your feet are the ones that are not equal. If you think you cannot sing, maybe them, they cannot even have confidence to speak in presence of people, although they have melodious voices. And if you think your toes are deformed, maybe they have some other form of deformity on the face. So everybody, whatever inadequacy you have, remember that you may lack in one area and think that somebody else has that area, excellence in that area, but don't forget they also have other areas where they lack, and you have it. So we are balanced in one form or the other. But then now that it is true that we lack in areas, then how do we deal with the areas that we lack in? I'll start with the physical. Currently, there is no need to suffer from some conspicuous inadequacies. For example, if you have a scar and it is bothering you, I'll not tell you to pretend it is not bothering you. I want you to accept yourself, but then ask yourself, is there something I can do? There are some things that can be solved by simply makeups. There are others that can be solved by what we call some concealers and the like. And there are others that you can do nothing about. If you cannot do something about your inadequacy, learn to expose it to the maximum. Imagine.
Oh, I like that. I really like that.
So if you can conceal, you conceal. But if it's not something you can conceal, do the opposite. Do the opposite. Learn to expose it like you want people to see, like everybody wants to see. Let me give you an example. Suppose you have a scar on the face and it is so conspicuous, you cannot afford to do what we call plastic surgery. You cannot conceal it enough. There's nothing you can do. You try every makeup and it's not working. Let me give you a secret. Expose it, so that let people, even your friends, you keep telling them, can you notice my scar? By the way, and I'm okay with it, and talk about it. What you say enters into your mind. You know, you're feeling bad, but by exposing it and walking with it with confidence, your friends will start appreciating you and show you that actually it doesn't matter. But if you show them you are shy about it, you have a lot to hide and the like, they will always be telling you. And today, your scar is more conspicuous than yesterday. And you know, in that photograph, your scar was more conspicuous than any other part of you. And you know, like, and you know, because you have already shown them that it is bothering you. If you show your friends it's not bothering you and talk about it like it's not bothering you, even if it was bothering you, our mind is funny. What you talk and talk over, it gets into your mind. You cannot change what your mind tells you, but you can change what you say with your mouth. So if you say positive things about yourself and about your inadequacies, then you will be surprised. Itaingia kwa mawazo yako. It will get into your mind. Number 2, look at your strength. Every one of us, much as we have inadequacies, we have strength. There is no excellence in human beings, but there is a lot of strength in every one of us.
Yeah.
And so, what is your strong area? Maybe I cannot sing, but I can talk to people. I can write. I can communicate in other forms, because those who sing, they are trying to communicate. But can't I communicate by speaking to many people with confidence? Maybe I cannot do something else. Maybe I don't have a lot of money, but I can do voluntary work. I can help and bless somebody out there without necessarily having to spend a coin on them. I can actually do with my hands some work that other people cannot do. Maybe I can draw. Maybe I can do all that. So there's always something else you can do. Do not at any one point concentrate on all the only the few negatives that you have, because in that body or in you and every aspect of you, there's a lot of positive side of you. There is a lot of good. Remember, don't conceal if you cannot conceal it. Conceal it if you can, and if you cannot conceal, then expose it, and you'll be good to go. Thank you.
I guess that's that winds up our chapter for today. Thank you so much, Dr. Sabina, for the small quotes that you give us and the examples that are so relatable. I want to give a story. A dwarf meets a bastard. A bastard is a child born out of wedlock, and no one necessarily knows the parents in this case. And the dwarf is so confident in being a dwarf to the extent that the bastard is wondering why you're so confident in being a dwarf. The dwarf says, and they say this, and I will always remember this: start calling yourself the bastard. Whatever your name is, introduce yourself. My name is so and so, the bastard, so that people will not attack you with that.
Exactly.
You have already presented it in front of the world. No one is going to attack you with "you are the bastard."
Yes.
When you introduce yourself, say, "I am the dwarf, and I'm very skilled, I am very intelligent." So you've put your strength and you've also put your weakness in one statement. No one will come at you, and I think that's the most important thing. So Dr. Sabina said, expose it if you cannot conceal it, and if you have a strength that overweighs all of those things, remember to put it out there. Thank you again, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Get us to all of those subscribers that we want, and join us in this journey of self-efficacy.